The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We currently do not have anyone attending the webinar, so we won't do the sound check. Welcome, and thank you for attending the State Physical Therapy Board stakeholder meeting via webinar today. Today is May 12th, 2021, and the time is 9:30 a.m. Before we get started, we would like to introduce the staff members from the Division of Professions and Occupations that are present. My name is Darcy Magnus, and I'm a regulatory analyst with the division. Also attending is Yukon Morford, Program Director, and Elena Kemp, Regulatory Coordinator. We will be facilitating this stakeholder meeting. In compliance with the Governor's orders regarding COVID-19, the division has transitioned to a platform that is 100% virtual, and we appreciate your flexibility. As many of you have been to DORA stakeholder meetings before, we would like to reiterate the importance of your comments today. DORA makes decisions every day that may affect your life and your business, so your input is vital in the rulemaking process. Throughout this process, our goal is to create regulations that clarify and explain legislation, ensure minimum competency to enter and continue to practice, and provide only what is absolutely necessary for consumer protection without creating unnecessary barriers to the marketplace. Your input will be part of the information that goes to the board as it considers adopting revisions to the rules. More specifically, today we will be discussing the proposed changes to multiple rules in compliance with Section 24.4.103.3 of the Colorado Revised Statutes, which mandates a regularly scheduled review of the rules to assess the continuing need, appropriateness, and cost effectiveness of the rules to determine if they should be continued in their current form, modified, or repealed. The statutorily guided principles for review ensure the rules are necessary, do not overlap or duplicate other rules of the agency, federal, state, or local government rules, are written in plain language and are easy to understand, achieve the desired intent and determine if more or less regulation is necessary, are amended to provide more flexibility, reduce regulatory burdens, and reduce unnecessary paperwork or steps, if at all possible, while maintaining their benefits, are implemented in an efficient and effective manner, including the requirements for the issuance of permits and licenses, have a timely cost-benefit analysis produced, if requested, pursuant to Section 24.4.103, subsection 2.5, and are adequate for the protection of the safety, health, and welfare of the state or its residents. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted on the board's website by the close of business tomorrow. As this stakeholder meeting is held solely by webinar, we currently do not have anyone who is participating, so I won't go through all of the requirements for speaking, and we'll continue to monitor to see if anyone hops on for a couple minutes. Since we are recording this webinar and we will be posting it on the website, for anyone who is listening to the webinar recording, instead of going through all of the proposed rule changes again on this meeting, I suggest you listen to the recording that is posted on the website from the February 25th, 2021 stakeholder meeting where we discussed the proposed changes. And I'd also suggest that you look at the most current version of the draft rules that are posted on the website. We will go ahead and scroll through the draft rules now so you can see them. And then they will be continually updated on the website up until the rulemaking hearing, which is scheduled for June 17th. So while we wait to see if anyone joins the webinar today to provide any feedback, we will just scroll through the rules. And again, they are posted on the board's website. You can find them under public notices. Looks like we had one person join us, so thank you for joining us. If you would like to provide any comments on the proposed rule changes, now is the opportunity to do that. And just as a brief introduction, we went through the purpose of the stakeholder meeting is for the board to receive stakeholder input regarding proposed changes to the board rules in compliance with section 24.4.103.3 of the Colorado Revised Statutes, which is the mandatory rule review by certain boards within the Division of Professions and Occupations. If you would like to provide any comments on the proposed rules, you can raise your hand and we can unmute your line and you can speak. This meeting is being recorded and it will be posted on the board's website for other stakeholders to listen to, and it will also be provided to the board in advance of the rulemaking hearing. So I will just wait to see if you have any questions about the process or if you want to provide any feedback regarding the proposed changes. Now is your opportunity to do that. Like I said, you're the only person who is participating this morning. So I will just pause to give you a chance to weigh in. And if you don't have anything to say, you can let us know that as well by typing into the question function and letting us know that you're just here to observe. That way we won't pause any longer. Thank you for letting us know that. So with that, we will go ahead and proceed. So since you are just observing, the purpose of the meeting was to receive input from stakeholders. You are the only person that was able to participate this morning. So we will post this on the website. We will continue to solicit stakeholder input up until and at the day of, or on the day of the rulemaking hearing in June. But for now, we're going to close the meeting since no one wanted to provide any input. So thank you for participating in today's meeting. All comments and program recommendations will be provided to the board for review and consideration before the board deliberates on the final version of the rules at the permanent rulemaking hearing, which is tentatively scheduled for June 17th, 2021. That does conclude this stakeholder meeting. I did point out earlier that there was a stakeholder meeting held February 25th that's posted on the board's website where we talked with stakeholders specifically about the proposed changes. So I suggest that you take a look at that, listen to that webinar recording, and also look at the draft rules that were posted and emailed out for this meeting. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at dora_cpo_rulemaking@state.co.us. So at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and end the webinar.